But it's easy to miss the big political picture in weeks in which the President Joe Biden announced his reelection campaign and Republicans sound increasingly, increasingly increasingly signed, resigned to Trump's repeating as a GOP uh, uh, presidential nominee. Right? Yes, but we see zoom out from the most eyes-catching headlines, and the Republicans showed clear signs of, you know, momentum from the GOP, surprising unity on the Capitol Hill to Senate Republicans, recruitment success to polls showing Trump's running competitively against creepy nutcase ass Biden. Driving news, the driving news, Republicans benefited from three big developments this week against the expectation of House Speaker. You know what I'm saying? We see Kevin McCarthy against the expectations. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy held his, unwittingly caucus together, caucus together for legislation that would raise the debt ceiling, and cut federal spending, that would raise the debt ceiling and cut federal spending. Listen to that. That would raise the debt ceiling, blowing all that money out that debt ceiling and cut federal spending by holding the party line. That's not going to cut that debt ceiling wide open like that, blowing that money out. He tested the tests he tests the White House position not to negotiate over the debt ceiling. Yeah, because he wants to keep it open and keep spending our money over there in that war in Ukraine and every war across the planet. You know what I'm saying? Blowing our money out and going to everybody else except the American people. And this is why even those that follow and do the dirty work for the demon Democrat right in your own neighborhood, to me, ain't no more than a jackass. You know what I mean? But Senate Republican landed and this recruit popular West Virginia Governor Jim Justice, or whatever his name is, Jim Justice, okay, to run against, Senate Joe Manchin, Demon Democrat, Demon Democrat from West Virginia. Early polls showed, early polls showed just leading Manchin in a pivotal race for Republican, efforts to take back the Senate majority. Just will still need to win. You know what I'm saying? Justice will still need to win a contest. You know what I'm saying? A contested GOP primary against Alex Mooney to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? We see, but Manchin states, reacting to the government announced fueled speculations that the that he would retire or pursue a third-party presidential campaign. You know what I'm saying? Makes no mistake. Make no mistake. I will win any race I enter. Oh, wow, he got a lot of good fire in him there, boy. Good. You know what I'm saying? He will win any race he get into. You know what I'm saying? By the numbers. Meanwhile, the last wave of national polls show a razor-tight rematch between creepy Joe Biden and, Trump, most within the margin of error on the average Biden lead Trump by 1 point. That's a lie. That's a bullshit lie. And if people letting that happen, you a jackass. You know what I'm saying? That lets me know right there you full of shit, you jackass, and you don't care about this country in no shape or form, because what they have done to this country under the ban of the demon Democrats trying to clean it up and make it look like they didn't have nothing to do with all the ramping and the tyranny that went on in our country and government. You as an idiot. I'm moving on from that piece of garbage and that badass news. You see Jeffrey Epstein's secret meeting with CIA boss. You know what I'm saying? Never before seen private calendar reveals, sickos shocking leak to Obama advice. And no, it leaked to Obama too. You know what I'm saying? It leaked to Obama too. And nobody give a shit about that shit because it should not happen. It shouldn't be going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially where I'm from, the Virgin Islands. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Where I grew up, you know what I'm saying? So it leaking to Obama ain't surprising. It leaking to a lot of other people too. But we're not gonna we don't have time with Epstein and people Luciferian blood sucking, pedophilia, garbage shit that they do. Because when you involve with these people, they're gonna make you do it, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? But we see Judge Shred's Soros backed prosecutor move to hold her in criminal contempt. You know what I'm saying? You know, I guess you say ruleless, you know what I'm saying, ship of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Kill- Killegman, or whatever his name is, one day ago, Fox News. You know what I'm saying? Killerman, or whatever. But we see Missouri judge told, you know what I'm saying, we see a Missouri judge on Thursday moved to hold, George Soros bankroll prosecutor in criminal contempt, and he need to. You know what I'm saying? Because she probably the one who bankrolled and did a lot of dirty work for Soros as well. You know what I'm saying? But we're seeing contempt after she and her subordinates failed to show up for multiple court dates. Imagine that. And ain't in jail. But I missed multiple court days because I couldn't afford to get there. And many times I was sick. And many times, saying when you talk about Long Island and the long distances you got to travel just to go get some toilet paper, about 50, 100 miles or more, they expect that you have millions of dollars to do a whole lot of traveling and a whole lot of this, even in your bad condition of homelessness. So by building up, you're not being your parents on a regular stop sign ticket, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it may have forgotten to your old age as well. You know, 7 years, I guess you didn't answer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get stopped and get picked up and you go to jail. But not them. They could really ship off the chaos. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? But this is the morning failed to show up for multiple court dates, land blasting her office as a ruler's ship of chaos. Yeah, anytime you connected to Soros, that's a fact. Because that's what he specialized in doing in our country, while the demon Democrats and these Black Lives Matter and the Black Caucus dummies been doing the job before his ass. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But fact check was Chuck Schumer, you know what I'm saying, caught red handed in a finance case, including Creepy Joe Biden and Mr. Schiff, or whatever his name is. You know what? I believe they are caught up in a whole lot of shit, and this is just a story to get them out of it to make them look good. You know what I'm saying? Because Schumer been scheming and demon and a poor he ain't nothing but a freaking Rican. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it. But we see another one coming in here by Michael Hoskor, or whatever it is, 14 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the Decider.com. We see where, they brought up this issue about Egyptian government say Cleopatra had white skin. Cleopatra was an invader and an imposter to the Egyptian kingdom or archy in any shape or form. She was put there to bring us that fake ass bullshit to give y'all a narrative back then to say that you had rights to Egypt in the first place. Now you're saying you weren't Arab. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I guess this had white skin in a response to Netflix documentary casting, controversy. Yeah, I mean, ain't no controversy to me. I know what the fuck she did. You know what I'm saying? But we see Queen Cleopatra, director, speaks out. What bothers you so much about the black Cleopatra? What bothers you so much about the black Cleopatra? Well, let's find out. This is done by Tina, I guess, say Goldberry or whatever her name is, 9 hours ago Eastern Standard Time on the Variety. But we see last summer, I was living in Venice Beach. Oh, you were living it up on the sunshine, and had decided to do has decided due to a friend uh, persistence to visit a fortune teller, me ever and me ever the skeptic, but me ever the skeptic, but game for a laugh, agreed to go along. What the fortune teller said made me roll my eyes. I am not saying you are Cleopatra, but somehow you share her story and her connection. Yeah, okay. You know what connection? I hope she black because you know what I'm saying. Any Cleopatra that is in there, you know what I'm saying. To me was an Arab, sneaky, tricky, behind. Now, if you prove to me her DNA, then we could talk. Less than a month later, I got a call from a production company making Jada Pickett Smith African Queen and was subsequently hired to direct 4 episodes of the dramatic documentary on the life of a controversial leader. She wasn't no controversial leader. She was, to me, an invader. I don't know my face. I don't even want to go down the road with that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look into all of it, to me, was no more than that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nefarious filmmaker say God is using their film on demonic possession to reveal darkness in our society. This is coming by Gabriel Hayes 17 hours ago. But we see the nefarious director, co-director, you know, I think Carrie, or whatever his name, Solomon, and Chuck um, Zalman, you know what I'm saying, believe God is using their film. I don't believe in none of that bullshit that you're talking about. And I don't even want to hear it. You garbage. You're using a film to bring demonic bullshit to people's mind, probably. Just like you probably do when I must stick those chips and those different shit in people's brains and really show you hell. You know what I'm saying? But we see Senate, Ron Johnson, you know what I'm saying? And Anthony Blinken lied bold-faced to Congress over contacts with creepy Hunter, the nutcase Biden. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we see Senator Ron Johnson join Sunday Morning Future to discuss an investigation into the Biden family business dealings and Secretary of State Anthony Nutcase as Blinken probably alleged, contact with Hunter Creepy Biden expressed his belief that Blinken lied boldface to Congress, not just about his contact with Creep Joe Biden, but so much more. I do too. You know what I'm saying? I do too. You know what I'm saying? We see government reports show, in more ways than one, show steep decline in FBI backdoor search on Americans. You know what I'm saying? Just coming in by John Scaletti Reyes, so that he has a funny last name and it's long. But we'll say by John Politico 2 days ago. I'm not going through your language or names. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of my time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give you that name, so I shouldn't have to sit here and struggle with it. You know what I'm saying? But we see here the Joe Biden administration has a new argument in the uphill battle to sell Congress, you know what I'm saying, a renewing on renewing a controversial electronic surveillance statute. It can rein in abuse of the program itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like his damn brain. Also, today's Valerie is hopeful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whoever that is. You know what I'm saying? But the number the number of times FBI personnel sought information on Americans a within a repository update collection under section 702, you know what I'm saying, of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, fell more than 95% in 2022 from 2021, according to a much an, 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 an in a anticipated transparency report on the U.S. spy chain bubble on the U.S. spying released Friday. The decline followed a series of reforms the FBI instituted in the summer, of 2021 to curtail searches of databases for information on Americans who correspond with surveillance foreigners. You know what I'm saying? But we see at the heart of the battle, Section 702 is a powerful spy program that allows the intelligence community to snoop on the emails and other digital communication of foreigners located abroad, but the FBI does not need a warrant to search the communication that have already been collected under the statute, and its use growing use and misuse of those powers to snoop on Americans in recent years have made lawmakers, resent about the upping, the program as is. Yeah, because Joe Biden probably signed that into law, unbeknownst to the American people anyway. And they're going to do that anyway. Many of the laws are not told to us that what they are doing, but it is so. You're showing the restraint in many ways. You know what I'm saying? The subsequent declining documents with the Office of Director of National Intelligence in 2023 annual, statistical transparency report, Botaris or whatever they call it, the administration claimed that it has managed to rein in FBI search on Americans, a senior FBI official told report ahead of the report release. The report, aptly it illustrates how built-in oversight that Congress put in the statute works to repair trust and transparency, said the office who provided the briefing of reporters on the conditions of the anonymity, anonymity, or whatever, data, the FBI, in more ways than one, to me seems to be doing the same bullshit then see you moves it down. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't really saying too much to me. And I'm not going down the road with that bullshit until they prove to me that they're doing what they should be doing to protect America and American citizens as a whole and not a part of any conspiratorial plan in more ways than one. But that's not going to happen. This is why they have the CIA, the FBI, and agencies we never even heard of. Creep Joe Biden attacks news outlets for lies of conspiracy and matters.